welcome to another episode. First of all, I have to acknowledge the last video. I tried to have a bit of fun with it and do some half-court shots to celebrate 1,000 of you subscribing to the channel. So a huge thank you for that. For the first time ever, I haven't replied to every single comment, but please rest assured I have read them, and I will be announcing the winners in an upcoming video, possibly definitely in the next week, probably in the next 2 or 3 videos, but I will let you know and I'll contact all the winners. I genuinely wish I had like 1,000 moments to spare to give out more prizes, because reading through the comments, it was really humbling and really positive. So I thank you for being here with me and sharing this ride with me. If you haven't watched it, go have a look and you may be in the running to win one of the moments. Basically, I was shooting half-court shots and if I missed, I was going to give away a moment until I got a half-court shot in, and it took me... Actually, I won't tell you what happened. I won't tell you what happened because it's a bit of a fun video. I managed to be able to get the drone out and get outdoors for a change for a top shot video. So it was a bit of fun and worth a little bit of a lighthearted watch. Today, though, we're going to talk about metallic gold, the Luka challenge, and the subsequent challenges after Luka as well. Because a lot of people have been asking, a lot of you have been asking, what do I think Luka's going to be worth? Is this challenge worth it? And break it down similar to what I did with the Cool Cats challenge in a previous video as well. Now, if you haven't been watching, I have done the Cool Cats challenge, but for me, it only cost me $120 to complete. Now, it's looking like a little bit more than that. Let's have a quick look. Unfortunately, if you were missing TJ McConnell and Jermichael Green, they're the ones that have really gone up. If you watch my Cool Cats video, I actually bought it while I was filming that video for $58 or $59, and since then it's obviously gone up to $75. I saw Jermichael Green earlier today at $75 as well. Dort, Ingles, and Robinson have gone down a little bit, but you still need to fork out for these two, and they will drop like Dwight Howard, make no mistake about it. But like I said, I did the challenge because it cost me a lot less. I had a head start. I had a couple of moments. So it made sense for me, and I broke down a spreadsheet to see if it would make sense for you as well. So check that out if you haven't. But metallic gold has gone through a bit of an interesting push at the moment. This is the market cap of the metallic gold series 2s, which isn't a solid metric in itself, because there's a lot of Series 2s that we're going to talk about that are not involved in the challenges that we're going to talk about, but it has received a heck of a bit of a bump since the metallic gold drop. So this is recently, let's just go with the last day or so. You can see it's had a fair bit of a bump, basically. Now, if we go to, I want to credit Wade's, for this video, way back in January 23rd. And if you haven't watched it, it's very good, and it's still really relevant today. And it's about using Top Shot Explorer to plan ahead for your challenges. And this is relevant because we know that Joel Embiid, Cole Anthony, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are going to be upcoming rewards for metallic gold challenges after Luka. And you can see the other metallic golds that were minted and released in the metallic gold packs that were released recently. You can see that they say retired, and Wade's goes into much more depth in his video. So it's really worth a watch. I can't recommend it enough. It's a real credit that it's still relevant now, and it was published in January, which is like years old in Top Shot time at this point. But these 3 at the top are left open, which means that they're not even circulated or distributed yet, and that means that they're coming to us via a reward. You can scroll through the various next mints in line. So you've got all these sort of Hardens, Trae Youngs, Conleys, Foxes. These guys haven't been used in the challenge yet. So this is the live challenge at the moment, the Luka challenge. And you need all these moments, obviously, to complete Luka. Now, if you want a full spreadsheet of what moments we got in that drop, it's still linked in the drop page, and you can look at all the new metallic golds that were there and inspect them if you want to. Or you can go to otmnft.com and go to the challenges page, and you can look at how much the challenge is actually costing right now. Okay, so this is the active Luka challenge, and Patrick Williams is obviously a bit of a bottleneck at the top here at $835. He looks pretty damn good this challenge now. When it started at $2,500, they are long gone those days, because now, sort of at best, it was costing about $3,800. And I'm going to go through what I think. I've struggled to answer this question, but I'm going to go through what I think Luka might be worth, or at least present some evidence so you can make a conclusion to yourself on what you think Luka will be worth. Right now, though, significantly, there's only 217 completions, and there's 3 days left. Now, that means he's going to be quite limited edition. So what can history tell us about what Luka's going to be worth? Well, this is Metallic Gold Challenge 21, and it was for Devin Booker, finished on April 5th, so that's all the way over here. So let's zoom in, and you can see there was a bit of a drop, but not much, which surprised me, because we've seen a lot in challenges lately that challenges have basically fallen off a cliff. All right, let's look at another one. Maybe that was an anomaly. Maybe that was an anomaly. Christian Wood. Now, this is probably the least sexy challenge reward prize, and I think that's reflected in the completions, $77. He finished, let's have a look, on April 12th, so that's over here. Not much of a dip at all. Not anything like the Conley or the Cool Cats sort of dips that we get after the challenge finishes. All right, let's just do one more. Here we go. This is Kawhi Leonard. This is the last challenge that took place. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get into an argument about who's a better player, Kawhi or Luka Doncic. But when it comes to who is more popular, Luka wins hands down. Profile, whatever else you want to call it. Luka is more liquid in Top Shot world by far. So I think that plays a part. Now, you can watch this cliff here. He costs, $5.5 to complete. And then the moments afterwards were half of that. So that's a real worry with the Metallic Gold Challenge. When you're forking out more, that's a lot more loss after the challenge if you get a drop like this after the fact. So that was one of my real worries for this Metallic Gold Challenge, and recommending people actually go for it. Will Luka cover the cost of that drop if it were to happen? Now, it could be like Kawhi, or it might be like some of these other ones like Christian Wood and so on, where it doesn't quite drop as much. But what I think's happening over here with the rise of the Metallic Gold market cap is people are starting to get a little bit smarter and essentially do what Wade's recommended in his video, was look at Top Shot Explorer, look at the next challenge rather than this challenge, and see whether or not they can buy some of those moments. We don't know which 9 are going to be next. It's all speculation at this point. And if you watch the last video before the half-court shot one about the news and from the office hours, they actually specifically said only a very, very few people need to know the challenge requirements within Dapper. It's kept top secret. Now, previously with Cool Cats, we had rumors, we had theories, we had hints, and we could go on that. The last couple of challenges that have been released, we've had almost no word on what was going to be required, and that didn't stop people buying the speculation, but there was almost no word. So I think people at the moment with Metallic Gold, they're starting to think, okay, Luka's kind of got out of hand. He's gotten to a point of beyond my budget, and maybe I should look at the next challenge and buy ahead of time. So I think that's what a lot of people are doing. If you look at, again, on Own the Moment NFT, I've sorted the biggest gainers in the last 24 hours in the Metallic Gold Series 2 set. And you can see all of these are not in the challenge at the moment. So Okoro, Conley, Brunson, Beasley, James Wiseman, Al Horford, Desmond Bain, Gordon Hayward, OG Anunoby, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Malcolm Brogdon. It goes on and on and on. These guys aren't involved in the challenge, but in the last 24 hours, they've had a 21 to 44% gain in their value. So lowest ask is ranging from 238 to 360 for all the ones I just mentioned. But right now in the active Luka challenge, the lowest ask is Cameron Johnson at $379, and the highest ask, that bottleneck Patrick Williams at $835. So I think it's really clever for people to start looking at the next challenge, and if they have the Dapper, that is, buy those speculated next challenge rewards when they seemingly are on the low. Now, you should do a little bit more research to see if it is actually on the low. So let's look at Mike Conley, for example, and see where his low was. So he's been released. He got as low as 175, and then recently he's had a bit of a bump. So if you find a moment where he's more on the lower tide of things, you might find yourself in a place where, one, even if you're not taking in any part of MGLE, you might be able to afford one moment for a speculated flip. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying you might be able to afford a moment to increase some Dapper. And you might also find yourself picking up a couple of moments for the metallic gold challenge that comes up next. Now, again, there's 3 challenges at least to come, because there's 3 of these open moments that we haven't seen in our circulation yet. Joel Embiid, Cole Anthony, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Joel Embiid might be a really good one, actually. Being an MVP candidate, he might have that little boost from that, just like everyone speculated with Nikola Jokic when he was a Cool Cats reward. So that might be really interesting, and being that this is a higher tier of value and rarity, that might be really interesting, especially if that's, well, actually any time that is, but if that's soon, that'll be really cool if he keeps playing well as well. So you've got a couple of choices here. If you want to get involved with MGLE, you can buy some moments for a future purchase, or you can buy Luka as he is. And will Luka be worth it? Well, the only way I could think of really analysing this, because the marketplace, top shot takes don't really last that well or quite often, and the marketplace can surprise us quite a lot. I've tried to ask people that know more than me about MGLE what they think Luka will be worth, and it's a really tough question to answer. So I thought I'd keep it simple and go straight to the marketplace. I've sorted Luka by his highest ask. And what I'm going to look for, I'm going to compare price versus mint. And what I'm looking for, because keep in mind, there's 217 people that have completed this challenge so far with 3 days left. So maybe he gets to 300 or something, who knows. So obviously the top few are going to be quite out of reach. They're very rare. They're hollows or legendaries and so on. We've got a rare minted 299 for 15 grand. It's also Luka's first moment. We've got a legendary 85 mints for 13 grand. We got a playoff first round buzzer beater. I mean, that's a buzzer beater. It's such a cool moment. Rare at 200 LE for 9,350. We've got a 1,431 mint for $3,333. Lowest ask. That's also got a first moment badge. We've got the Luka Cool Cats, which is the bottleneck for the Master Challenge at this point. Minted at 3,464 for 2,319. That's interesting. And we've got a Series 1 common, 3,500 mints for $1,300. And then we've got Luka's All-Star moment for $450. That's 2,000 mints. And then we've gone down into our commons. So I think in the middle here is where we want to actually look. And I think this one here, if I was to guess and speculate, and it could be worth more, it could be worth less, and I can't emphasize this enough, I am speculating this value of Luka Doncic. And I'm speculating it between the Cool Cats and this moment here, the $3,333 and the $2,319. It's going to be rare, he's metallic gold, and it's Luka. And it's not Kawhi Leonard or someone else that's less popular in NBA circles, especially the NBA Top Shot circles. Now, his MGLE, you might say, in Series 1 is rare 299 and worth 15 grand. So why, Steve, isn't it worth 15 grand? Look, it may be. That's Series 1. It's his first badge. It's his first moment. I can't see it being worth 15 grand. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I might be wrong. But like I said, I tried to talk to people who were smarter than me on this MGLE and their experience with it. and the best guesses I've heard are around this mark. So I'm trying to also be conservative and not be financial advicey, but rather more strategic. So Luka, what's he going to be worth? It's a bit of a guess, but I think if you're aiming around the $3,000 mark, that might be a good baseline for you to consider. Is he worth doing the challenge right now, forking out $4,420? It's entirely up to you. I don't know how much these moments are going to drop off after the challenge. History is mixed. Kawhi Leonard's moments dropped off a cliff, whereas a lot of the other MGLE moments did not. Now, these challenges happen at different times, and therefore the market is different at those different times. So challenges in February were super expensive because, well, they were in February and everything was through the roof. Whereas now things are, it's been well said, we've been in a dip. We might be seeing a slight recovery. We might be slowly running up to the playoffs. The future is relatively unknown. If we knew what the market was going to do or when we were going to blow up, this would be really, really easy. We would just be stockpiling and waiting for the money truck to back up, and that's just not the way this game works, and it's not that easy. And if you're getting in because it's that easy, then you're probably in it for the wrong reasons. Whereas I know a lot of you guys are in it for the right reasons, and that's why it's been so much fun to spend my time with you. So, like I said, you've got a few options. If you want to get involved in MGLE, you might be able to pick one up now before it's a challenge, but that is a guessing game on what the next 9 moments are going to be in a challenge. You might pick one that's 3 challenges away as opposed to the next challenge. We don't know if it's going to be Shai or Joel Embiid or Cole Anthony. You might start to stockpile all of those moments if you've got the money, the leftover 27 that are going to be involved in those 3 challenges. If you're doing that, it's a very good time to do that because you'll be a shoo-in to get lowest prices and obviously the rewards later. Now, I'm not in any illusions. This isn't a Cool Cats budget. This isn't a Common Conley or Fred VanVleet budget. This is the next level up, and then above that is hollow again for Ben Simmons. So I hope you enjoyed this video and some of the thoughts and some of the evidence that I've found on this Luka challenge and the future challenges ahead of time, because it's going to be really interesting to see where Luka lands, where his moments end up after the fact, and what the future challenges look like, especially Joel Embiid. I reckon that's going to be a really good one. So if you're holding moments from the MGLE pack drop, just make sure you make an informed decision on what to do with that moment. Have a look at websites that we've got like OTM NFT, Flow Market, and Evaluate.market. Make sure you're not selling yourself short, because you may just have a little gem in your back pocket that will give you some adaptability. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. And don't forget, I'm going to do the giveaway very soon. If you haven't watched it, go back to the last video and watch me shoot some half-court shots with a busted finger that I broke with my hammer. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
To keep getting valuable NBA Top Shot content, subscribe to the Ballers blockchain wherever you're listening and on YouTube. See ya!